So is that T45, 3650, or your T56 grinding, and you've adjusted the clutch and everything, and it still just grinds on that 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 shift? Well, I might just have a fix for you. Okay, so I got to thinking about this a while back, and the car, as you've seen in some of my older videos, it definitely grinds gears. Now, with that being said, like before, everything's adjusted properly, but the thing, I put this transmission together. If you've watched any of my older videos, if not, then I'll give you a recap real quick. Car was an automatic. I swapped to make it a manual. And when I did that, I had 2 broken T45 transmissions, and I put them together to make one good one. One was sitting in a barn. It had rust on the rear shaft. I mean, on the main shaft. They've been run through the ringer. So obviously I knew that there was probably going to be some synchro issues. And, you know, obviously that's what goes wrong with these transmissions, is the synchros wear, and they're notorious for it. I mean, all manuals are, really. But I got to thinking, I said, you know, I built a whole nother main shaft. You know, this other one's got carbon fiber synchros, the whole shebang. But summer's just beginning. I'm trying to alleviate what I can. So I said, you know, as a last resort, before having to pull this thing apart and put all these new parts into it, especially at the beginning of the year, why not try something else? So then I got to thinking, I said, you know, synchros are friction material, just kind of like when you do a rear end in a Ford, or actually anything that has friction material back there. You have this friction modifier additive that you put in the rear ends when you build them. If you haven't built one, then you probably wouldn't know that, and a lot of differential fluids have the friction modifier built in. But you can still buy friction modifier by itself. I believe it's in a 4-ounce bottle. So I said, you know what? Why not just give it a shot? Now, I can tell you, immediately I noticed a difference. The car went into gear smoother anyway. And immediately my 1-2 shift grind was gone, completely gone. And I have beat on this thing, and it has not, you know, grind one bit, nothing. The 2 to 3, you know, every now and then, if I really try to ram it home, and the 3 to 4, you know, same difference. But that 1 to 2, the one that gets you out of the hole, that one's gone. It's good. So obviously there's still going to be some wear. I know there's still going to be issues, but that might be something that you could try, you know, as a last resort, just to keep, you know, the transmission in the car. If you're building one or you're trying to limp it across, you can give it a shot. And plus, I don't know the long term on it, whether it's going to help or hurt the transmission, but I know that it immediately made a difference in mine. So if it's a last resort and you're just trying to limp through, you might want to give it a shot. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.